Hey there, AK here. In this video, let's take a look at the Realme XT.
Nope, this isn't a Xiaomi device. It's a Realme, not a Redmi. Confusing, I know. Oppo created the brand to compete with Xiaomi in markets like India, offering very competitive specs for the price. And from the name, you can tell that they are not being very nice about that. Without further ado, let's begin. The local version comes with 8GB of RAM plus 128GB of storage and will cost you 469 Sing dollars. Let's be honest here, Realme XT's design isn't very inspiring. Ever since the Huawei P30 series launch, numerous phones have adopted a similar design and the Realme XT is one of them. And like the Mi 9, the very first camera on the back has an accent ring around it, though on this device, it's yellow. And on the front, we have a 6.4-inch display with a notch. Again, nothing special. Speaking of that display, most devices in this price range come with cheaper IPS LCD displays, but this one is a Full HD Super AMOLED panel. Colors really pop, and the software makes good use of that with colorful icons. Being AMOLED allows for always-on display, and in ColorOS, the feature is called Screen Off Clock. Realme XT has an in-display fingerprint scanner, and it is pretty fast. Powering the device is a Snapdragon 712 processor. It is powerful enough for most games that unless you are a hardcore gamer, you won't notice a difference. For under 500 Sing dollars, the Realme XT offers superb performance for the price. Complementing the capable processor is a 4000 mAh battery. It is no longer large by today's standards, but it's still big enough to easily last you through the day. With moderate to intensive usage, I was able to drain it to 36% by 9 PM. I did notice that the phone sucks up a lot of battery on standby though. Even if you manage to drain it down to 0% before the day ends, Realme XT features Oppo's signature VOOC charging 3.0 technology. From my testing, it was able to get the device from 0 to 100% in just 1.5 hours. Not quite the 80 minutes claim, but still really good for the price. On the software side, Realme XT runs Oppo's ColorOS 6 on top of Android 9. An update to ColorOS 7 is expected to arrive in January 2020. Despite looking drastically different from stock Android, ColorOS has always been one of the lighter Android skins out there. It isn't as customizable as FunTouchOS from sister company Vivo, but it's definitely a lot more polished. Great for people that are not very techy. Now, to the most exciting part of this device. No smartphone review is complete without talking about the cameras, especially in the year 2019. On the rear, Realme XT features a quad camera setup. From top to bottom, we have an 8MP ultra-wide with 119 degrees field of view, a 64MP main camera, a depth sensor of unspecified resolution, and lastly, a 2MP macro camera. In the day, photos turn out great with pleasing colors, as expected. Portrait mode's edge detection is so good that you want to keep using it. Another surprise is the 64MP photos. Most phones these days come with really high resolution main cameras, but only shoot at 1/4 of the resolution by default. Mass res requires you to turn on a mode, and that applies to Realme XT. But unlike on the others, where the mass res isn't significantly sharper than the 1/4 res, the difference is pretty noticeable on the Realme XT. At night is where the camera shines, at least the main one. There is a lack of details as expected, but the images are still in focus and with pleasing colors, without too much noise. This shot may look well lit, but it is challenging even for some of today's flagship devices, and the Realme XT managed to do a great job. Even with 5x digital zoom at night, you can get usable images with great colors. There is a night mode, and while it isn't as impressive as the Huawei P30 Pro, it does a fantastic job at increasing dynamic range. Just look at those car park doors, as well as this mini Ferris wheel. When taking photos of green objects though, night mode boosts the color a little too much, to the point where it looks a little unnatural. Realme XT can record up to 4K 30 frames per second videos, and it works well when mounted onto a tripod. But you will want to use a gimbal with it if you are moving around. Even at Full HD and HD, the stabilization is still very weak. The ultra-wide angle camera is capable of Full HD videos, but like the main camera, it suffers from the lack of stabilization. At this price point though, I can't fault Realme for this. At night, videos are surprisingly still usable if you do not move too much. This camera is so abnormal. On the front, we have a 60MP shooter. In good lighting, it produces great colors. Under low light, you will still need to enable flash where the display turns very bright. too bright actually. No matter day or night, bokeh mode for the selfie camera does a super job at detecting edges.
So that's the end of my Realme XT review. If it wasn't for the camera, this would just be a mid-range device that offers great value for the money, like most mid-rangers out there today. But these cameras are so fun to use that I almost forgot it's a budget device. If you're looking for a new phone under $500, and if you love smartphone photography, then I would highly recommend the Realme XT.